Once we take down these sky pirates, our reputation will soar, and I'll be that much closer to the legend I'm destined to become.
Dude, are you having that fantasy where your family loves and respects you, and you're also super buff?
Told you that in confidence.
It's cute, who cares?
Cartoon Network recently announced this new show, Mao Mao, Heroes of Pure Heart. So, did it start off well? So where did Mao Mao come from? So Parker Simmons, storyboard artist of OKKO, pitched an idea. A sheriff cat named Mao Mao, with a cyborg badger sidekick aptly named Badgerclops. And they're adventurers who wish to protect the world from evil. Cartoon Network said, sign me up. And we now have at least one season that will be coming out during the summer. Cartoon Network actually released an episode or two already at the time of posting this on their website, and we're going to talk about the first episode, I Love You Mao Mao. You'll probably notice some of its influences. And to be quite frank, while its concept is more of what we've seen before, you know, the whole ultra-optimistic person wanting to save the world and making friends along the way stuff, the art style and general feel of the show is actually quite refreshing. We start off with this bat and his friends, cloud watching. I hope that's what it's called. They cleverly integrate within the story a very important key.
That one looks like, a monster! A fearsome reptilian beast with 1,000 teeth! Where?
Jeez, Dora Bat, you know monsters could never come here with the ruby pure heart protecting us.
There's a protective dome covering their home that protects them from dangerous outsiders. It's also for the most part transparent, but more on that later. So he's the ultra optimistic person wanting to save the world. Like KO, he's driven. Like Steven in the beginning, he's goofy and vulnerable. I guess in their camp, this character archetype is just really inspirational. I do understand how it appeals to others, primarily children, but I just feel like I see this protagonist type everywhere now. We then get the other two main characters, Mao Mao and Badgerclops, infiltrating a ship full of sky pirates. Their dynamic is, one of them's impulsive, ready to get into a fight with 10 guys, and extremely driven to the cause, and the other one is cautious, wanting to think things through, and I'm pretty sure there's many duos that popped in your head while I explained that. I'm particularly curious on how they plan to utilize Badgerclops, as he doesn't do much here except exist, whereas Mao Mao on the other hand states his motivations quite clearly.
Perhaps we, say, what's that?
Yo, you can't just press a
gun with that razor. Give me the blaster.
So invasive.
Excuse me, but this is sort of a private function.
So his story is this, he's going to take out as many bad guys until he's seen as legendary, and that's fair enough. To me, just taking out my extremely dusty animation theorist hat, he seems like there's more to this story that Mao Mao leads on. Someone that he wants to prove wrong, or you know, something like that. I feel it in my arteries, you know? Just small things, like even the way Badgerclops nonchalantly says, oh, you're having a dream where your parents love you again, you piece of crap? Alright, I may be exaggerating a little there, but he says it so calmly. This must be something that he's pushing deep inside, just regressing into himself, and not unwrapping and unpacking. Getting back to the episode, we get the villain of this episode, or story, or arc, or season.
A Rango snake? Oh, here.
As you can see, the Mao Mao school of naming things has been on fire lately.
We finally discovered the long-lost Pure Heart Valley! Yeah! Soon we shall seize the Ruby Pure Heart, and then the world!
Okay, so now we learned that Pure Heart Valley was a long-lost place that holds the Pure Heart, which protects the little ones inhabiting it. And this guy wants that. Why? Because he's a space pirate, and they like to steal everything, that's why. They make a snake blush, Mao Mao and Badgerclops fight, and they get into a fight sequence. One of quite a few in this episode. However, it ends pretty much when it starts. One thing I'm genuinely curious about, and only future episodes can answer this, is that how serious should we take these fight scenes? Should we prepare for something that actually matters animation-wise, visually-wise, or is it always going to end up in comedy? Did Mao Mao and Badgerclops quote save the day? You'd expect there to be more than this. Dude has a blaster on his hand. Through all the explosions, we actually get some development. Dora Bat sees all of this and is mesmerized by it all. I wonder what that leads to. Lastly, this scene here where the bike slightly tips over and blasts off, I love that.
See? We took down the pirates and everything went exactly according to plan.
Okay, so the one thing that protects Pure Heart Valley, a village that is long lost, to protect those inside, and the only layer of protection towards the outside that serves to shield off dangerous creatures from the already paranoid insiders is invisible on both sides, to the point where you can easily smash into it with a motorcycle and crack it and break it and let all those outsiders in. Kinda dumb.
Ah! Magic Gloves, wake up! It appears we're not alone.
You're not alone in a village area? Seems pretty probable. They get cuddled attacked by the Care Bears and Channel Chasers, and they end up fighting a monster in front of a Dora Bat. Remember, a Dora Bat wants to do exactly what Mao Mao and Badgerclops do on a daily basis, I'm assuming. So of course he's mesmerized by this. Also, to sort of balance out the skepticism I have, contrary to the feel you may be getting in this review, I love a Dora Bat, and I know I'm not the only one. I love how he sticks his head into business that doesn't pertain to him. I love how he wants more than the contentment of Pure Heart Valley. I love his voice actor, and I love his general design. He just looks adorable. But if you went to the Mao Mao school of naming things, an adorable bat is a Dora Bat.
Watch out, little dude! Mao Mao! Orders up!
Another thing about the show is that the fight scenes also just happen in really well done action photos. So that's a thing I wonder will tip the scales in taking the fight scene seriously or not. I'm also not sure if this is a stylistic reason or a budget reason, or the answer I'm probably going to lean towards both. One monster is blasted away Team Rocket style, and we get a Dora Bat fanboying around, wanting to do what they do.
And what do you want?
I want to be that.
Be what now?
This!
Adventurer, swordsman, an action hero.
A hero. Yeah. I want to be a hero.
Okay, Dora Bat, let's be heroes. Is it just me? I'm guessing it's just me. So the king explains what I kinda just did a while ago, that whoever smashes into the Pure Heart made Pure Heart Valley vulnerable to all kinds of attacks. I wonder what kind of genius thought of a defense system that is open to being easily attacked, but not seen. I'm surprised one of the birds from Birdemic didn't dive bomb into it by accident until this point. But speaking of defense,
The fools led us right to it! At last, the Ruby Pure Heart is mine!
Pirates.
and that's what leads us into the final of the three fights. The first fight setting up the whole rivalry between Mao Mao and Orangusnake. The second fight setting up the relationship between Mao Mao and Orangusnake with Pure Heart Valley, but especially a Dora Bat. And now the third battle, to wrap this up in a nice bow.
Wow!
I need you to stay here, Dora Bat. Those pirates mean business, and I don't want you to get hurt.
Main character tells other character to stay back for their own good, but they come back anyway and save the day trope. Even so, a Dora Bat actually holds his own, and we get some exposition in the middle of a really cool fight, and it's odd too, because of all the fights, this one actually has some action in it, but the episode literally halts everything. No, we gotta explain something. Even though that sentence and this entire sequence could have been mentioned in one sentence back in the first fight, but I guess you needed something to pad the time out. Well, in the meantime, we do get Rattering being established as a joke, and a Dora Bat sacrificing what he wants now for the greater good, to which Mao Mao approves. The ship goes down, and if I were to attend the Mao Mao school of naming things, that forest should be called Forestplosion, because it's a forest that has lots of explosions in it. But that's just me, Red Hood Panda. Sorry, no. What's my name again? That's right, Alpha J.
One for you, and one for you, and one for me. To thank these legendary heroes, I name Mao Mao Sheriff and Protector of our beloved Pure Heart Valley.
I already love this king. Might be my second favorite character to a Dora Bat. The episode ends up with them uniting as a duo turned trio to fight battles together to protect Pure Heart Valley. And that is, I love you, Mao Mao. Did Mao Mao Heroes of Pure Heart start off well? Yes. The episode is fine, however, I think we, myself included, are heavily banking on the potential of the series to do well, because of our own ideas and how we speculate the series is going to go. I'm gonna be a follower, but I couldn't tell you exactly what this series has in store based off of its first episode. It has a lot of comedy, some fights, sometimes cute, sometimes a little dark, and while that seems balanced, this seems like the type of show that thrives off a set direction, and hopefully that direction doesn't disappoint. Let me know what your name would be if you attended the Mao Mao School of Naming Things, and if you want to check out me talking about the start of other shows, here's the entire playlist for Did This Start Off Well videos. I'd recommend the one I did on OKKO. Until then, special thanks to the patrons of June, and until next time, take care. Alpha out.